Good afternoon. This is FIDE Senior Trainer and International Master Chess Coach Sekhar Sahu welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Chess Session to this intermediate training session. So let me present some thematic endgames and then tactics followed by the main topic. The material is equal. However, black has a distinct advantage. Black to play, black can win the game. Hello Karthik and all others. How should black play? Take time, no rush. Black to play and win. Karthik. Hello Surendra. Karthik, answer King F6. Chris, King F6. Bad move. This is a bad move. Not correct. Not correct. The more accurate is King G6. King F6, bad move. And this is a draw. This is a draw. Mark Dorosky is a very good coach. He was very good coach. So King G6 is correct. C5 is also bad move. And then King in time. King is in time. So the correct move, King G6. Now he cannot play. He cannot play D4 now. Suppose D4, you take and outside pass pawn. This is the problem. Hello Jitarth. So good move, King G6. Now C5. Now the point is, black will create an outside pass pawn. In king and pawn ending, all of you know, a distant pass pawn is called outside pass pawn. Outside pass pawn is really dangerous. Black can create a pass pawn on the Black can create a pass pawn on the queen side. No, here it is black to play. Winning. The simple threat A4 and A3, B3. Force. There is no choice. If you take, this is faster. Winning easily. Zugzwang. So the only move here is to play D4 and A4. Now the pawn is out of reach. If you take or push, black will play A3, idea B3. Suppose you push, it is no more working. Now this loses to pawn push. Or you can push but king in the square. The black king in the rule of square. Very accuracy in end game. He has to find the perfect timing. This is the only winning. King f6 or c5 does not win. The only move. Forced. There is no choice because now the threat is to play c5 and b4, f4 and then winning the queen side, creating pass pawn. Only move. Only move again. And this wins. Now this is pass pawn, and if you play d4, he can play check, and now f4. Now he will try to stop, but then this is over. Forced. Two pass pawns. Two pass pawns. The white's pass pawn on b3 is far away, and black can easily queen by deflecting. Easy winning. It is very important that we should not play mechanically in end games. There is no time, no room to make error in end game. Absolute accuracy is required. And many players, even though they have good knowledge of end game, they play carelessly, taking it casually. Should not do that. So only king g6 wins. Okay, well done Surindra. Hello, Dr. Senapati. White to play. White is Adrian Mikhailjisin. I present to you the second position. White to play and win. The element of time is important. The material is equal, but white king position is superior and he has the move. Not only a superior king position and has the move, white to play and win. Find out the plan. Surindra, you have to give variation. On h5, black can play king d6. Black can play king d6, not pawn into pawn. You should not think mechanically opponent will take it and help you. h5 king d6. What do you do? Calculate and tell me what if king d6 after h5. Okay. Okay, you want to play h by h6. Okay. I'll make the move. So king. The point of black, when you go for the pawn, he will come king. You go king into pawn, he will play king f8. What next? Yes, I tell you that. When you go king h8, king into pawn, he will play king coming to f8. What now? What do you do? No. Okay. Now, post. Now, what do you do? How do you win? How do you win? Winning f7 and wins the game. Okay. White to play and win. Yeah. Surindra, creating two pass pawns. The correct answer, g5, d5. You take, this is draw. Draw. Now, wins. Lost. Or king takes pawn. Pawn push, king, and zugzwang. This is a zugzwang. Black has no good move. So this is the point. He will try to catch, but then you create a wedge. Finish. Creating two pass pawns. White to play. Looks like white is lost. Can white save the game? Can white save the game? Can white draw? Surindra, you have to give the full variation. C7, king into king e5, pawn to f4. When you take pawn into pawn g4. Hello, Mr. Solanki. In the variation, when you play c7, I will take it, and king e5, pawn f4. When you play king to e5, I will play f4. And when you take it, g4. What is that? What is the evaluation? You want to do this. Take. What now? The king in watching. Is it okay? Suchitra Joshi and Surindra, is this okay for you? You have to give the variation. Can white save the game? Vinay, can you give the variation? You want to throw the pawn and enter, then what do you do? Only move. Now if you play f5, he will play g3. f6, king d7 wins. So what is your assessment of the position? King e5, k d6, no king d6. Not king e5, pawn f4. Okay, Prithviraj Bhaumik, the correct answer. And Vinoy, stalemate is the resource. The answer is correct. Now king to e4. Draw. Only move. Stalemate. Okay. The position is black to play. Black to play. I flip the board. What do you think of the position? What do you think of the position? Your assessment of the position, is it equal or is somebody winning? Is this position draws or is somebody winning? White is Landa Constantine. Landa Constantine is a good coach. He was a strong GM. Black is Kozlov. So what is the result, outcome of the game? Your evaluation. If this position is black to play. No rush. You want to evaluate, take your time. Black wins. We now says a5. It is a move, wrong move. a5 is an error. a5 is an error. You have to be very careful. In end game, accuracy is required. You in middle game you can do here and there, you survive, no problem. No. a5 is wrong move. Wrong move. Suchitra Joshi, it is not d5, it is d4. No, not king d3. No. This is bad move. See, the time is, he has come. He need to come and then 6 moves. If you play, he has 6 moves. 1, 2 and 4, 6. You don't have time to go and capture. Don't block. If you want to push the pawn, then why block the square? Why block the square? No, a5 is bad. The point is, you create a pass pawn. The point is, now this is trying to create, but you already have created. It is important, he must take it. Now, what to do? Yeah, Fakir Maji, Suchitra Joshi, Karthik, d4 is correct move. A player should stick to one answer, chess with Ruchit. d4 is correct. But after d4, here he plays a5. This is a mistake. The end game, typical end game error. The position is winning for black only after a6. This is the winning move. Now a5 is a draw. See, this is the pity. You cannot be careless in end game. Many players, they will play like middle game. In middle game, the situation we try to restrict like this. But in end game, it is about the method of playing. Your tempo counts, rather saving a tempi. Now it's a draw. No more win. But after a6 it wins. Suppose here you play a6, it wins. Winning. Zugzwang, No pawn move, no king move. If b3 king enters. This is the point, Here. Control, escape. Here a6 wins. Where is this one? So, now a6 wins. Only move. And you win the game. Because the pawn is lost. Arey, what happened? Okay, now the pawn is lost. You come here, he is losing the pawn. Winning. So, this is very important, but in the actual game, he played a5. Then Landa managed to draw the game. a4. No more win. There is no more win. No more. Draw. Here it is bad. There is nothing. And it may be troublesome for. So, here he plays not king into pawn. Here, not king c3. The correct move to draw. Once again, king takes pawn can losing the game. So, again the perfect move. Zugzwang. So many good moves white has to do. So draw. Now you have to push the pawn. There is no other move, but then it's equal. So it is important. He should have played a6 and won the game. a6 and winning. No. a6 and wins the game. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. a5 is a mistake. Okay, I'll go next. Any question on this? Next. The position is white to play. Your judgment. How do you evaluate this position? How do you evaluate this position? Suchitra Joshi says white wins. Then tell me the move. If you say white wins, tell me the plan. Huh? Tell me your plan. How can white win? Somebody. Okay, but show me the plan. You want to play king e4, he will play king e6, kd4, and then he will play king to e7. Ruchit, you play ke4, ke6, kd4, ke7 back. What now? You are playing ke4, he will kd4, he will back. Chess with Ruchit, please tell me. Ruchit, when you play king to d4, black will go to k7. In diagram, white to play now. Now it is white to play. What will you do in the diagram? After kd4. No. Okay. No, it is lot of. I will tell you. Now, if you play immediately king d4, it's a draw. If you play immediate king d4, what is? Now you want to say king e4, he will play king. You want to play king, he will play king. So where is the attack? kc3. Now he will play king. kb3. King here, king. Maybe I will play c3 now. c3 now. Now black plays c3. You are playing, he is queening in 2 moves. So what do we do now? I played the move. King c3 here. King here, king here. Play pawn c3. What next? c7, king. Okay, now this is winning because this is it is winning. It is winning. This is winning for white because only move. If you push the pawn, the check wins. There is a mate. So this is the correct line. But here there is one thing I will tell you. In the beginning, if you play king d4, it's a draw. It is a draw. If you play now directly king, you have to bring a king, and now the king is in a bad square because it is the target. So this is winning. Okay. Now if you play pawn push, suppose you play pawn push, this does not work. Why? Because here I can enter. Pawn push, here I can play, no, not this, here I will play this and put him into zugzwang. It's a zugzwang, I think. So the whole point is you have to see here. Now king. Now if you play f5, suppose, then I can play king. Where is this one? So here king d4 is a draw. I already told you because f5 draws. So king d4 is a mistake. Right move, Ruchit and many people told the king e6 only move. Now f5 is not working. a5, king d4 wins. The same variation as in the main line. Now the same variation wins. So here king e6 only move. a5 does not work. So only move king d4 and the winning the line. Okay. All right. No, not a4. Fakir Maji, wrong move. The king is the only way. The king enters. And a5 loses to king d4 Zugzwang. Now only move, but then only move that then king c5. If you play c3, pawn push. Only move king. The same like main line. Go to the next one. Next. Is this winning for somebody? Now the position is black to play. Evaluate the position. Evaluate. Got it? Somebody got the answer? Somebody? It is black to play. Yes, Akshit Kacha, correct answer. Akshit Kacha, correct answer. Black wins because black will put white king in Zugzwang. This pawn push only move. Now the whole point is the pawn will come here. Thereafter the king is in a very bad state. That is the point. Now black wins. Hello Ramakrishna. No accompanying person will get the accommodation. Accompanying person has to pay. But it will be nominal. It will be very less, very less. Ramakrishna, accompanying person will have to pay maybe about 150 rupees per day for accommodation. So the correct answer, the point is this Zugzwang. White king Ganpat ho gaya. Now the pawn moves will adjust. Suppose you play h4, then if you play h4, the king will come. Then king will come. He will run out of pawn moves. Now h3 or h4, it doesn't matter. He will run out. He will run into Zugzwang. If you play pawn push, no move. Or if you play pawn push, now pawn into pawn, and now zugzwang. You will lose all the pawns, whether he pushes also. Even if you push, still zugzwang. Yes, Ramakrishna, I will play definitely. So here, this is the position. The point of, now the white king is paralyzed. So you have to deal with the pawns and paralyze them. The correct answer. Black is winning. Okay, next. Just a minute, 1 second. Okay, I am back. So here, next position. I don't need luck at this age. I am now crossing 67. I will be touching 68 soon. So I don't need luck. I will just play. No. We know it is not a draw. Okay, I will come back to the position. Binoy. Now you say, what Vinay says, if gf6, what if f6, I will take it. There is no draw. What do? G6 king here. You run into zugzwang. You play here, this is zugzwang. All pawns will fall. Now you play f6, gf6. f6, gf6 with two linked pawns. No, it's a lost. It's lost. Okay, this is lost. It is not draw, zugzwang. You will run into zugzwang. No king move. Your king is paralyzed. Okay, so winning. Next. This position, it is black to play. What is I think last diagram for end game. This is the last diagram for end game. Then you go tactics. Stalemate? No stalemate. I have a check. There is no stalemate. I can always give e to check. Where the stalemate comes from? Where the stalemate comes from? Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. All right. Alright, I will find a way to win. Now you say this. You say this f6. Here king f7, you say f6. Alright. This also should win. This also should win. I can push the pawn. Zugzwang, my king is mobile. Suppose you push, I come here. Oh no, there is the break. Okay. Just a minute. You want to play f6. Let me see. On pawn into pawn, you play g6. Alright. And then I come here. Now what do? I will not play g7, king g7. I will play king g8. You have two choices. If you play here, I am going to come. Now if you give this, I take. And if there is a check. And I take. So the correct answer, I play carelessly. Here I played carelessly. I should not play the king g8 with, not king g7. King g7 is not correct. So here, maybe king g7 is also correct. This is also correct. Because on this, I can play. On this, I can play check and win. I can win. King will come and sweep. Anything is winning. Yeah, you can take on f6. Anything is winning. Alright, moving forward. What is your, this is the today's last endgame. For today, this is last, and then we go to tactics. Now tactics, I made it little lighter, not so hard today. Black to play. Suchitra Joshi, black better. King d4 obstruction. You want to play king d4? I will take the pawn. That is the point. Now, not pawn push. This is a draw. If you push the pawn draw, the king move wins. King, not c5, it is king f4. We know answer is correct, notation is wrong. We know your notation is wrong, answer is right. This is f4. This is called king f4. Winning for black. Now winning. Zugzwang. So here, if you play pawn push, it will draw. He will enter here. And it is white is maybe winning. Why? Because outside pass pawn. So all right. King f4 is a winning move. Okay, very good. So we have finished the end games. Let's go to some entertaining tactics. The position is black to play. Akshit Kacha, that is called obstruction, soldering. King c5, king f4 it is. Okay. Very good. Tirth Parmar, queen into A2 wins. I had the same combination in my game against Grandmaster Arun Prasad, Bombay 2008. Same combination I had. The point is, a new queen is coming. He will rook down soon. What will you rook down? Well played. The position is black to play. Next position. Let's finish the tactics quick. How should black play now? Tirth Parmar, rook into d4, pawn into d4. You play rook into, you will take pawn into. The correct answer, Tirth Parmar. You eliminate the main defender, and this wins because the rook is overloaded. The rook is overloaded to this. So he cannot come. Lost. Well done. Eliminate rook and bf3. Very well. Timing. Alright. Next. These are lighter tactics I am giving you. The position is white to play. White to play and win. And g5 wins. Very quick and correct. Now you cannot play g6, queen g6, and after taking, the rook comes, finishing the game. This is very quick, very good. White to play, black to play and win. This is a hard one. This is a hard one. Black to play and win. Yeah. BC1, there is only one answer. Bishop C1, he will move the king. BC1, he will play king A1. bc1, he will play king a1. Not king a2, you are giving a wrong answer. Why should white go to king a2? Why should he go to pin? Bishop c1 check, king a1. You should not, you find black's best moves, white's best move. On bishop c1 check, king a1. Because king a2 is bad, bishop d5 coming, you give a check, he will go king to a1. There comes Vinoy, correct answer. Rook into c5. Now this is king a2 loses, bishop here, and now check, checkmate. And if he goes to a1, still lost. Rook into knight. And now this, the checkmate. Anyway, he gets mated. Okay, next. The position is black to play. Black to play and win. Yes, Tirth Parmar, you gave the answer correct. How does black win? Very quick and correct. Quick and correct. Knight check, rook check, mate. Okay. Alright. Next. भाई ये क्या है? ये black to play. Black to play and win. Babu, black to play and win. Correct answer. All finding the correct answer. Here you cannot take, it is a mate. And if your king takes it also, he loses to check, checkmate. Rook into check and rook checkmate. Well done, boys. The position is white to play. Karthik calling Karthik. Yes, Ramakrishna, correct answer. This position is white to play. The correct answer, Chris Tanna. If pawn into knight check wins, and if you rook into knight, the ending is lost. The pass pawn unstoppable. The knight cannot stop. Knight cannot reach. King cannot stop. Well done. White to play and win. Not correct answer. Suchitra Joshi, not correct answer. Tirth Parmar, wrong answer. Wrong answer. Knight f7 does not work. Queen h5 does not work. Not working, not working. Not working. Rook e8 does not work. Akshit Kacha and Vinoy, correct answer. This is the one. Because he cannot take it. Bishop check and finish. The finish. You play this, finish. Mate. So, this is the correct. And if he doesn't take it, even if he moves, suppose you take, he is lost. And if you go, anyway Queen h5 will win. Anyway Queen h5 will win. Lost. Now h6, rook into h6. Finish. No, I am not following national. I am not following it. I am just seeing the result. I am not seeing games, just seeing the results, men and women national, who is leaders, who are the leaders. So, good move. Okay, the last piece of tactics. This is the last piece of tactics. Black to play. Correct answer, Tirth Parmar. Vacating the square. The point is, now, if he takes it, it is Queen G2 mate, and there is no other choice. No other choice. Finish. Now, if knight takes mate, and if king takes it, simply queen into pawn check, and wins. Over. Very well played. I think we have finished the tactics. Now I will take you. No, one more. One or two more is there. Okay. The position is white to play and win. White to play and win. How does white win? Simple. Queen check, and if the queen is unprotected, this brings the queen check. Alright. Now, I will discuss some games of the chess legend Viktor Korchnoi. He was world number 2 for 10 years. There are some unfortunate players who never became world champion. I would start from Akiva Rubinstein, Paul Keres, David Bronstein, Viktor Korchnoi, then Bent Larsen. They deserve to become world champion. Talented, great players. And modern era, there is Ivan Chuk, he deserved to become the world champion. Never became. Alright, can you take a lesson how to play G6 against E4, D4, C4? Okay, I can show you that. I can show you today if possible, if the time permits. My favorite player, okay. See, here Victor Korchnoi is white. The point is, Victor Korchnoi is a pure d4 player. And is a positional player, basically positional player. Of course, in his younger days he was very aggressive, where he was a very small kid, but throughout he was positional player. Even if he played e4, he played positionally. Now the standard main line, here it goes knight to b3 or bishop e3. Then he will play some queen f6 comes. There are other moves are there. This is quite popular because knight on knight he has got bishop into bishop. And this is a bad position. So he can do, but in this game Korchnoi played a strange move, which is not normal. So black follows the same thing he follows. A bad move. Now, simply good move. Lead in development. Now, intermediate move back. So, white has got upper hand, two bishops, and the black queen is funnily placed. What I meant to say, why I selected, normally d4 is positional, e4 is attacking, normally. But would you say Karpov was not a great attacking player with playing e4 all the time in his career? But Kasparov, throughout he played many d4, more aggressive than d4. So it is not that d4 or e4, the style that counts. So here, even though white started e4, the game has turned out to be a positional affair. Now knight d5. If you take knight into knight, loses a piece, and bishop takes knight, double bishop. So, center control. So, white stands better. Now, development is complete. And there is a threat also. Knight f4 is a threat. Meaning, well, the position is bad. So, what I meant to say, that even if you play d4, you can attack, e4 you can attack. It depends on the player. e4 doesn't mean it is attacking, because I showed you a pure positional style skill. Today I was playing for casual. I will tell you. Today I was playing for casually on, what is that, chess.com. So on chess.com I was playing a casual game. It turned out like this. I was playing black. What happened? I was playing black, e4. My opponent played d4, I think. g6, d4, bg7. Here, nc3 is a good move. Knight f3 is a good move. These are the two good moves. But my opponent played this. Now, this is bad, because now the point is, black has a better game because white has overextended the pawn. But what can you do? So, you should play c5. Now, if you take the pawn, obviously black is better, because you have grabbed a center pawn for a wing pawn. You can't push also. And now, what is you going to do? Now, you have to play here something like c3, suppose. Or you can play knight coming there. So, suppose you play c3. So, here you put pressure on the position. Already black has a good game. This position already is good. Okay? Do you get it? Means, basically, of course, suddenly the game transposed to a Caro-Kann defense by transposition. But anyway, I managed to win the game with a very good play. If you want, I can show the game if the time permits. I don't know actually how to see the games in that chess.com. I don't know the history, but it is a very interesting game. Maybe I'll show it if time permits. Let me first finish the selected games. Korchnoi handling the fielder defense. Now this is surrendering center. This is bad. Black should play here g6. g6 is correct move. Idea bg7 castle having pressure on the diagonal. I mean, suppose you see e4 e5 and f3 d6 takes. Now queen takes pawn is bad because black can play here a6, even bd7 idea knight c6 tempo or a6 knight c6 tempo, but not knight because white is happy. A variation from Roy Lopez. So here instead of playing knight into pawn, he gets white getting a better game. Suppose you play g6, I have c4 and then c3 be3. White has some space advantage. But in the actual game, it came by transposition here, knight f3, knight f6, and now we have fielder. And this is bad. Losing time. Now, at least one should admit the error and go back. Now this is an error. Many times players do not admit error. They want to insist. Now he should go back, but bad move. Now this is a Taras formula. The piece has little life there. Bishop e3. White plan is very clear. Queen d2 castle with an advantage. Now you can see 3 bishop moves and still very badly placed. Now the way Korchnoi handled castle. Why this move? Because if you play pawn to c5, knight b5 is coming. So a6 preparing c5. Okay, this is not a bad plan because there is some line it comes to go for a queenside action. This is good move. Planting a knight on f5. Taking is bad, not taking is bad. Forced h6 only move. Now white is winning because black has no piece to attack, uncastled king. And if you take also, it is terrible. Bishop. Now knight d5. In fact, the position is already lost actually. Good or bad, he should try to play bishop into knight b7 and knight d7. If I am playing, it is bad, but at least this and knight here will have some fighting chances, though it is lost. But this is losing quickly. Now you cannot retreat the bishop. g5 is crushing. If you go back bishop h7, the g5 is crushing. You like take session on how to play Cambridge Spring in deep. No, Cambridge Spring I do not advise. White has a clear advantage with nd2. I don't see Cambridge Spring. It is playable line, but white has a clear cut advantage. Okay, so I will not recommend. It is playable for against weak players. You can just get a slight comfortable game, but strong players you cannot play. Cambridge Spring. Now finish. Losing material now. If knight h7, that is also lost. So only move and piece down. He must lose material. There is nothing here. Only one move threat. Finish. This is a blunder, but anyway it is hopeless position. This is a blunder because capture rook into and knight check. And knight check wins. So what I mean to say, Korchnoi used to play e4 once a year. No, he made it a rule. Only d4, but one time in a year e4. And that too played positionally always. In his younger days, he was playing a very sharp. Alright, I will go to the next game. Okay. In fact, this is quite a sharp line because mechanical nd7 he will lose immediately with a significant combination bishop check. Meaning, but here the correct move is to play nc6 is a good move, a6 is a good move, a6 is a good move, nc6 is also a good move. This is a good move. NC3, then he can play, suppose, what he can do. What he can do. Huh? There is a very interesting line here. Knight f6. Now queen a2 is bad. Bishop coming there. And e5, he can take here knight into pawn. And white gives the queen for 3 pieces. Knight into, pawn into. And here, this position, despite queen down, white stands better. White stands better. White is better. 3 pieces are better. Means, of course, it is a lot of struggle is there. But normally, 3 pieces are better than queen. Because he has to concede bishop and knight after s3. I believe white stands better. What will be great against, okay. What will be great against d4 at 2000 level? I would suggest, my suggestion is to play, if you are an aggressive player, the King's Indian Benko Benoni. If you are aggressive player style, then you should play King's Indian, Benko and Benoni combination. If you are a positional player, play semi-Slav, then Queen's Gambit declined, Slav, semi-Slav, Queen's Gambit declined. These are the lines. So here, in this game, bishop c4, knight f6. I would say this is interesting. Interesting. Suppose you play castle, now b5, now bb7, and now nd7, and preparing play c5. This is acceptable. So bishop c4 somewhat exposed position. Anyway, his opponent played very weakly and he took this. This is terrible. A terrible move. White is already sitting on e5. You cannot dislodge that. f4. Anything is good here. Rook e1 is, queen e2 is also good move here. Simple. Now the knight is unassailable. You cannot dislodge the knight. So when you have a good position, you must go for attack. You must go for a quick initiative. Very fantastic position. Now g5 is crashing. Over. Finished. Now pin is threatening to play knight. Winning the game. Anything is winning. The whole point is that a player should not do all this kind of capture. This is horrible. The whole point, this itself is not the best move. You could have played here a6, idea b5 and bb7. You could play here nc6. This is also okay. Not bad. With the idea bg4. nd7 is played on e5. Played on e5 in fork defense. Where is e5? Here. nd7 is played. But this is also bad. This is also bad because check and knight check is winning. Pawn check is a good move. Even knight check should be good. Knight check should be good. Because you cannot come here, seal, you cannot come to this point. You cannot come to this point. The only move. But then he will go. Now 2 pawns and a rook. He will get 3 pawns. Already got 1 pawn. Now second pawn. And knight into rook and third pawn. This is bad position. Knight. And now knight. Maybe I should take the pawn first, maybe. I think anyway it is dying. So maybe I will save the pawn. So one should not go nd7. And if d7 is bad. Okay. Okay, this is not good. So here you are mixing up with alekines that alekine used to play against Philidor or some lines, that kind of thing. Queen coming quickly via e8 to g6. That's a different story. So here this is bad. Okay, I'll go to the next one. Sicilian classical is very solid because the piece coming to center and development. Here main line is, modern main line is rouser. Sozin is also very dangerous. A player playing classical must know Sozin attack thoroughly. Other lines are not good, like b2, b3, they are not dangerous. Not dangerous. f3, b2, b3, not dangerous. So bishop g5. Now castle, castle. This used to be the main line in 1950s. So lot of theory was yet to develop. e5. Now the modern theory recommends knight f5. Knight f5 is the correct way. I will discuss this move after this game. How to play against knight f5 with and against it. So this is a question mark, but you cannot blame, because 1954 a player would not like to make his pawn structure terrible in the beginning. So naturally, normal move he played like knight f3, which is passive and bad move. And now here pawn into pawn. So black has allowed lot of concession and knight into pawn. The whole idea of white, now he will not be able to take the knight rook because queen f2. Idea, if you take knight into, the knight is anyway trapped, queen is attacked, he will take it. But black has a resource, not taking, he will not play queen b6. This is the resource of black. Idea, if you take the knight, you will take the rook. However, now knight comes back. So everything, the point is white has too many open lines. In return for the pawn, white has big compensation. Too many open line. Beautifully played. I think it is winning completely now. There is nothing can stop. But he played this galler, but then there is no way he can stop. The mate is coming. No, g6 does not work. On g6, simply queen e5 is crossing, winning a piece. Only move. Again the only move. There is no time. There is no time, only move. And it is over. The idea, now there is pressure on the rook and there is g7 also. There is no time. There is no time to play. Okay. Hello. bd6 he played. And after bf7, resigned. Or if you play here, bishop queen into also lost. He will lose the queen. Bishop checks, takes, queen check, king, and knight check, winning the queen. Both ways he is losing. So let me tell you, this nf3 retreat is bad. s3, no. This is bad. I will tell you a game how it happens. Here, hey, power. The power is shortage. I have to put the charger on. All right, here. So here, why nf3 is bad, I will tell you. After e5, nf3 is bad. I will discuss the knight f5 today thoroughly. Where is that? No game is found. Probably, where is, it was played by Antosin. There is, so here this is all bad. Bg4 is equal. No, I don't see. White has no advantage after nf3 as Geller played it. Here this is another bad move, because after the move white stands better. Alright, I will come to the game nf5 lines. Arey, not this. Not this. Yeah, maybe I can show you. These games. This is more active. Knight f3 is equalizing. There is no advantage after bg4. So king moves to safety. This is bad now, and he has an advantage. White has an undisputed advantage, and a very simple plan also. White can just roll the queen side pawns, king side pawns. Black's plan is too slow. Now very quick. Winning. Pushed everything, and now it is winning. Queen attacked, finish. So this is very bad. And after a modern game, I told you that here instead of playing bishop rook c8, he has other moves also. For example, here he can play h6, which is bad. After bishop h4, pawn into pawn, queen takes pawn. Then he can play here d5. Now bishop into knight into bishop. Here a player should play the more aggressive queen to g4. This is the correct. There is a difference if you go here and here, because you run into a tempo. Now I will show you the correct move, queen g4, a modern game. And if you play queen here, it is bad. So in the game he played rook c8, which is not correct, and white went on to win after this bd3 and with the easy game. Okay. Okay, here Belyavsky played an interesting move here. Now d5, he played this simple move. Instead of playing some other moves like tricks, he played the simplest way. Not bishop into knight and giving. Now the point is, black wants to, what is black's plan? He wants to come quickly queen f5 and just start pushing the pawn. Even if you lose, lot of counter play is there. So if you take it, some kind of hope is coming. So this is an excellent move. Not grabbing the pawn, but now white is fully developed. And now winning. Queen into b5, it take. Now white is ahead in development because in the race there is already a hook here and the ready-made plan is coming. Ready-made plan is coming. Excellently played, forced. This is forced rather. And white has got a very good attacking setup. Black, his pawns are blocked and doing nothing there. And Beliavsky beat Grandmaster Sosonko. Finished. So, but there is further improvement. Instead of BB5 here, instead of playing this move, BB5, white can go for the more modern, the line I told you, Queen G4. I will tell you this line. I think that Smith, probably white was Smith. Rook. Now Queen G4, not Queen F3. No, this is not good. This is not good. You should play Queen to G4. See, this will run into trouble, as I told you. Black has got sufficient compensation and very active. Now, because of the, mechanically a player's Queen F3 to get into all the, but he is already in trouble. What else? You can't play any other good move, only move. Queen G3 is bad, only move. Very difficult now. White has no attack and now stands very passively placed. Now Rook C3 is coming. Forced, and now he gave a shock. The king is safe. There is only one check. Only move and wins because Queen into A2 and then Rook C3. This wins. The end game is lost. End game is lost, and you play. Then he will join Queen check, Rook check, everything. And if you play Queen C2, Queen B1, Queen C3 check, and Rook checkmate. So this is all because of this passive move. It is all because of at this point you don't have to play this, the correct move, which was discovered by Grandmaster John Smith. Active move. You can't stay there all the time. The sword is hanging. You can't stay there all the time. So bishop c4. Now the point is this bishop into pawn, and when he comes here, excellent move. This is the idea of Queen g4, that he destroys the castle position. If you mechanically move here, black has a lot of activity. But intermediary move. Forced, knight into bishop is bad. Once the bishop is gone, you cannot attack. Once the bishop is gone, then he will just play bishop to b3. After the bishop a4, bb3, black can forget about the attack. So you can't give it. Forced. And now this is over. Game is over. So a tremendous improvement by white on this Queen g4. So I will tell you one more game. I guess I showed you the plan. I think I have 2 more games to show of course now. Then I will time to show you to what opening you are asking. Now this is what do you call Rubinstein, French Rubinstein. This is very easy because white has already got advantage in center. Now queen. For the pawn we have enough compensation. After bishop takes pawn, simply castle gives time to white. Bishop takes pawn, castle. White stands better. Cannot take because the pawn on e5 will be terribly cramping him. Bishop and knight is very bad. Same color bishop with lot of space. Sort of a Caro-Kann structure it will come. Bad position. Now, Fortunato plays in a really he was very young at that time. So you can see the sharpness in his style. So, and he was a pawn grabber. Queen takes. Well, if rook coming here, it is not a threat. This rook comes, he can play rook into rook. So, the only move. Grab. Queen. He tries double. Finish. Now, all white has to only look after his back rank. The third force will join. The rook is overloaded. Queen is defending. Please note that he had forced in the defense. A serious error. This is not effective at all. He is trying to give a mate threat, but this is bad. Now, the point is calculation. You take, you lose. Whatever you do, white looks like lost, but an intermediary check. A deadly move. You cannot take with the king, then rook check, finish. And you take with the king is lost. Here, I bring it to an end game where queen is the boss. Queen is superior to two rooks. Now this is lost completely. So you can see the sharpness, and this is just badly played by black. So one more game left on Caro-Kann. Normally the move here, main line is here. After this s3, you take this, queen f3. This is the standard main line. Or black can even prefer to go here. This is better than giving the bishop. This is better. But in this game, he plays bad move. Now, there is a big difference. h4. Now the point is, here if you play back again, the same thing will not work. s3 will come, b2 will come. Losing one tempo. h4. Now knight to e5, tempo. Queen h5, tempo. I think here it doesn't work, I think, because the bishop c4 is coming. So cannot do that. Only move. Tempo. Only move. Here this does not work. Queen to b3 wins. Winning the game. So only move. And the position is bad because of bishop check. Should lose material. So that means this is simply unplayable. When you see, you cannot play d4. bg4 is the only main line. Now in Caro-Kann, lot of new ideas are there. So I hope I will show, if possible, I will show that game. If possible, I will show that game. Where is this? Chess.com. Okay, so here how do I go to the history? Computer turn up 4. No, profile. Maybe I will go profile. June 21? No, just now. Games. Okay, how do I do? No. Ready? Games, no? Games. Sorry, I will show that interesting game. No. I played modern. I was just maybe I should write the game. I think I was black. Okay, I am not able to. I am unable to get it. I will find it and tell you. Okay, let me answer to your question. What you wanted to know? If Ramakrishna there? What if Ramakrishna there? Hello, are you Ramakrishna? Are you there? Somebody asked me, you have to play modern deep. Okay, we can handle modern. E4 or D4, G6, BG7. Now you play here normally and C3. This is the standard move. Though some players play knight F3, C3. Knight F3 is not good, not dangerous. And now you play C3. Then you can play here knight F6. BD3, castle. Now knight C6. Now white has got black has a good comfortable game. E5 will come when the scope of the bishop is not great. So this is not giving any problem to black. Though this is less dangerous. The point is now C3. Now instead of this one, they can play also this. D6. Knight C3. My recommendation here is to play A6. A6. With the idea, I want to play B5, BB7. Now if you play standard moves like B2, B5. Now castle, BB7. Now you play A3. A3, I can play here and D7. With the preparing to play hit the center. It is interesting. It is not that easy because the center can be subject to attack. Actually, John Nunn recommended in one of his books this sort of variation. I don't remember the name of the book, but it is interesting idea. So I think this is okay. And here you can also play C6. This is also possible. You can also play C6. This is also interesting. Just a minute, I will write back. I have to washroom. I will be back for a minute. Okay, so any question I will answer. Any question? Okay, all right. So here I will tell you what is the line. Ramakrishna. Okay. So E4 G6. Now here, now there are basically D4 BG7. For example, suppose you play here knight C or C4, C4. Now D6. Here, why this? I am waiting for him to develop. For example, knight F3 is not good. The reason is knight F3 here, I will get BG4. Then the pressure comes here on D4. That is why he should not play here knight F3. He should play knight C3. Now knight C6. Now he should play either BE3 or knight E2. Knight F3 is not good, giving a easy game to black. Anyway, this is not that easy. For example, you can play knight F6, and now suppose you play moves like some BE3, S3 has to be played, and black gets a comfortable game. He welcomes D5, D4. You see, I saw a game. I saw white is Nakamura. White is Nakamura and black is Mamediarov. A modern defense, but not exactly. So this is very comfortable because white playing H3, white playing knight E2. It is very slow. Black should have no problem with it. Okay. So today I will discuss one line and other two variations I will discuss. So I will E4 G6, D4 BG7. Now NC3 D6. D6. Now after here knight F3, I recommend A6 here. There are two things object. One, I stop the BB5 pin after knight move and immediately preparing to play B5, B4. Here A4 is bad. Weakening the square. For example, black can play knight F6 castle with the idea to play A5 and knight here. BD3, he will play knight and now knight F6, BD3 castle, A5 and knight B4, or you can go direct knight B4 also. So this is not a very pleasant position to play A4. It is a strategic error. So the position white should not waste time and castle very fast and bring the rook to center. Now somebody plays A6, you should play here bishop D3, bishop D3, S3. And now you can play B3, Queen D2. Then white has got good attacking. It's a game of Benjamin, I think. I think I saw a game of Joel Benjamin is white. So it is very good line. I will also discuss some modern games. One line. I cannot show everything in one session. I will show one variation. Now knight D7. The point is this is too committal at the moment. So the idea is same, BB7 and knight D7, but this is a more flexible line. Okay. D5 is bad because of pawn B5. No, I will not give the bishop. I will play B5. So it will be very comfortable for him. So he plays. So we have roundabout way reached a Sicilian defense where white H3 is unjustified. Black has not made any bad move. Black has made normal moves. Now one of the plan that he can bring the rook, rook here, and he hit at some time. Now knight is poorly placed, bishop is poorly placed. Black has the upper hand. Better. Now now that it is controlled, the queen is free to move. There is no checks, nothing. Minus plus. The position is minus plus. The only answer. You cannot dislodge the queen. Now black has 4 versus 2. This pawns will mobile, against this. And this white's queenside majority is very slow. So where is the mistake he has done? Where is the mistake? Here, at the moment, ND7. This is not correct. He should play now. S3 is justified only because of BE3. Any question? How to cross modern from the white side? You cannot cross modern. There is no, in opening, you cannot cross any opening. You get a good game, a slight better game. So white has center in modern defense, white has the center. So white should go systematically. So here the position I would recommend to play here BE3. This is more correct. Okay. Modern player. Richard Rapport is a very dashing player. Now this is a typical strategic error. Of course, this is one of the part of the plan. I want to play BB7 and strike at C5. But white cannot count on opening advantage with moving the rook. Both rook pawns he has moved. And created a hole also. A weak square, and moving S3, A4. You cannot count on advantage with such moves. This. In fact, I remember I played this in Goodrick International with some player. Same thing he did. A4, which was I played B6. This is what you call hippopotamus. What you call is hippopotamus opening. Too passive. Too many bad moves and also another passive move. You have to attack. I can show you a game of Igor Rousis, how to play against such hippo opening. And now striking the center. This knight, how many moves he has made? He has made knight coming. It is not Roy Lopez. He has maneuvered 3 knight moves and the 4-5 pawn moves unnecessarily. Better. Now the B4 square. Pay the penalty for playing A4. All this is because, help from black. Suppose white does some this sort of moves, then you get an easy game. Okay, I think the time is up. I will discuss in more length about the modern defense. It is fully playable. It can go to dragon, it can go to king's Indian, it can go to some sort of, sometimes theoretical variations you can get. And white player has to be very careful, because the knight is not an F6, E5 is not a punch. In the Park defense, normal E5 punch comes, which is missing here. Among the players who play fan of modern defense, it is Alexis Siro, and it is even some great players, Mamedia, because they, Larsen, Benjamin, Chernin, so they have handled it very well. So I will discuss about it in more detail in the next session. So I don't know, today we will meet 6 o'clock. I have to see the admin has kept or not.